Okay, today we are doing this lesson here, solving linear equations, day 1. The date may be different in your video, but this is the assignment that we want. Day 1, solving linear equations. So let's go ahead and click on that. Here's the instructional video that you're watching. But what I'd like you to do first is I'd like you to do a review. So let's go ahead and look at this site right here. Let's go ahead and do this. So what I want you to do, and remember, you can translate this. You can go to translate, and you can translate, okay? So it changes the language. Okay, so I want you to go through this, but I want you to take a moment to review this because when we're solving equations, we're solving for an unknown variable that makes an equation true on both sides. So we're looking for a number here. When you subtract 2 equals 4. You can probably think about it in your head and figure out what it is. But if it's an equation for what the unknown is, what we don't know, it's going to be an x. So that's how algebra works. So the unknown, the variable. And again, x is equal to 6, okay? So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to find out what value of x makes both sides of this equation true, or both sides equal 4, okay? So here's something that you can review, and then I'm going to go over it again. How do you solve an equation like that using algebra? And here's some of the steps. What you want to do is look at this over here, review that, make sure you translate it, and then it explains why you added 2 to both sides. And so here's another equation. So maybe review that. Okay. Okay. So once you've reviewed this site, we're going to come back here. Then I want you to open up this document here, which will show you the steps in solving linear equations. It's in English. So let's do that. Okay. So when you open it, you should see this, steps in solving equations. But I also want you to be able to do a translation. So let's go back to Canvas. Oops, sorry. I'm going to go back to this. And then, okay, so then please make sure this document is translated right here. So please open this. And remember to make a copy so that you can translate it. So you go ahead and translate it, and let's just say you want to do Spanish. Translate. Okay, hopefully everybody understands this process by now. Okay, so you got it in translation, all the different steps. Okay, so you can refer to this as I am going through these steps here in the process. Okay, okay. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is think about this. If you've got an equation that has parentheses right here, right? So if you have an equation that, say, maybe for example, it's something like this, that has parentheses, like right here, it's parentheses, right? You have to distribute. You got to remember, this is 2 times x, so that's 2x. And then this 2 is times 4, actually negative 4, so that's going to be minus 8 equals 10, okay? So that's called distribution, where you get rid of these parentheses and put it in this form, okay? So if we go back, this is the example. Multiply by 2, 2x, multiply by negative 4. So that's that, okay? So that's going to be the very first step. Next thing is when you get an equation, if you have like terms, so we have an equation like this. Remember, like terms are things that have a variable, the same variable, or if it's just a number. So 6x and 2x, 3x are all like terms. But what you have to do is realize that there's two sides of the equation, right? There's the equal sign. So there's side 1, the left side, and side 2, the right side, okay? Okay, so what we have to do first is we have to combine like terms on the same side, and you do it with the same operations. So what does that mean? It means you've got 6x is being combined with minus 2x. So 6x minus 2x is 4x. And then you just have 6. So we're not doing the 3x over here yet. We'll do that next. Over here, the 5 and the 2 combine to make 3, and you have 3x. So now you have only one x term on the left, only one number on the left, and over here, only one number on the right and one x term on the right. The next thing, step number 3, you combine like terms on the opposite side. So now we can look at we do have an x right here, right? And we have an x right here. But when we do it, we have to, since it's on both sides, is now we have to remove it, one of them, using the opposite operation to remove a term from one side. But make sure to do the same thing on both sides to maintain the equality. So that's why when we come over here, we're subtracting negative 3x from both sides. So 5x minus 3x is 2x. And then this disappears over here, right? So we are left with just 10. So we had 2x plus 6. Now we're going to put the 6 and the 10 together, but we're taking away the 6 and taking away from both sides. So we get 2x equals 4, okay? So now we've taken care of that. We have no more like terms left in the equation. So now we're ready for the next step. The next step is to divide both sides of the coefficient to isolate the variable. What does that mean? Remember, what is multiplied by the x is the coefficient. 3 is a coefficient, so we have to remove it so that we have just x equals something, right? Well, right now we have 3x. We want just only x. So we have to get rid of it. 3 times x, the opposite is divided. So we divide, it goes away, but we have to divide this side too. And 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4, and we have a solution, okay? So the next final step is you want to confirm your answer by substituting or plugging it into the original equation and see if both sides are equal to see if we get a true statement. Now, so if we have a long equation like this, right, and we think the correct answer is this, we can take that 3 and we can put it everywhere we see the variable. Sorry. So if we think it's 3, we can put it right here where we see the x and that x, right? So we're going to go right here, and then 2 right here, and then we multiply it out, and we find out that both sides are equal. So after we do these steps here and these steps here, we see 5 is equal to 5. So yes, it's a solution, okay? So these are going to be the steps. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to see an example, a long example of a big equation. And it's going to be this long equation right here. What is x equal to, right? That's what we're going to try to find out. What is x equal to, question mark. So I want you to look at that. And then I want you to think about all the steps we went through, okay? So the first thing was to clear parentheses. So that was what this first step is doing here. And then we got this equation, right? So instead of 2x plus 4, we now have 2x plus 8, okay? The next thing is to combine like terms on the same side. So we did that, the 8x, the 3x, okay? So look at this, and we did it over here. The next thing is to combine like terms on the opposite side. So we wanted to get 5x away from this side, and then we get that, okay? And then finally, we divide both sides by the coefficient. So 34 equals 2x, we have to divide both sides by 2x, 17 is equal to x. And then finally, we confirm the answer and put it into the original equation. Everywhere over here, and over there, and over there, and over there. So 4 places. And then we find out, well, after we put everything together, that 115 is equal to 115. So that means 17 is the solution. So make sure you confirm it, okay? Okay, now that we've gone through these steps, and you're going to want to refer to them whenever you do solve for equations. Now we're ready for the assignment, which is right here, okay? I'm going to go ahead and open that. Okay, and so what we're going to do is make this a little bit bigger. I would open this one and go ahead and open this in Kami, okay? Okay, so this is your assignment for today. It's questions 1 through 9. I'm going to show you on the video. And then after that, you're going to have some practice questions that you need to do 10 through 18. And then when you're done, make sure that you enter all the answers into Canvas, okay? All right, so this is the first question. Now, at the same time, we're going to be looking at the steps that you go through in solving equations to go ahead and solve these. So let's go ahead and do the first one. Okay, so the first one is x plus 51 is equal to 81. Okay, step 1 says clear parentheses, but we do not have parentheses. Okay, the next thing is combine like terms on the same side. Well, let's see. So on the left side of the equation, on the left, This is the right side, right? On the left, x is not the same as 51. On the right side, we only have 81. So number 2, we don't have anything there. Now we're going to combine like terms on the opposite side of the equation, but we need to make sure that we're going to do the same thing to both sides. So I want to get x by itself, so it's being plus 51 is the operation. So I want to do the opposite of that, and I want to isolate the x. So I'm going to go minus 51, which is the opposite of plus 51, but I have to do it to both sides, okay? And then when I do that, this goes away and there's nothing there. And then I still have just the x there, but this is gone, right? It cancels. But then on this side, I have 81 minus 51, which is equal to 30. So when I finally am done with the steps, then I get x is equal to 30, okay? So I'm finished when x is isolated, okay? So the next thing is to confirm your answer, okay? So we're going to plug it into the original. So that means we're going to take it, rewrite this over here, x plus 51 equals 81. So we're going to take this for x, 30 plus 51, is that equal to 81? Question mark. And we add it, 81 is equal to 81. Yes, so correct. So that's the answer for the first question, number 1, is 30. So 30 for that one, okay? But make sure you put your notes over here. So minus 51, x equals 30, okay? Okay, so the next one is going to be this one over here. Step number 1, there's no parentheses, so nothing. Step 2, we don't have like terms on both on this side or on that side. But step 3, we have like terms. So here we can combine 35 into 56, and we want to isolate the x. This time, the opposite operation is going to be, this is minus, so we're going to do plus 35 to both sides, okay? So we get x is equal to, what was that, 91. And when we put it back in here, 91 minus 35 equals 56. So if you use your calculator, that would be 56 equals 56. So correct. Okay, so that's the answer for number 2. So that's 91. Sorry, drawing 91. Okay, so the next one's going to be this one. Okay, so number 1, number 7, this here, we don't have any parentheses. We don't have any like terms over here on the left or the right. We don't have common terms on both sides. This is the next term, that's a number. So finally, we just only number 4, divide both sides by the coefficient. So that's divide by this 17, but we have to do divide by both sides. So that goes away. And then you use your calculator on that. 646 divided by 17. Enter, and I get 38. 38, but then we need to confirm. So then we're going to get 17 times x, which is now 38. And that should be equal to 646. And if you use your calculator, it will be. Okay, now let's look at this equation here, number 4. Okay, so look at number 4. Do we have parentheses? No. Do we have like terms on the same side? No. Do we have like terms on the opposite side? No. This is not plus or minus. So what we have to do when we have a number in the bottom of the fraction, that means x divided. That's the same as this here is x divided by 34. So to get rid of the 34, we have to do the opposite operation. So that would be 34 on both sides, okay, like that. And then we have to multiply that by 34. And then that cancels, and you get x is equal to 18 times 34. So let's see, 18 times 34, enter. So that's 612. Ugh. So that would be 612. Now let's test it. So we should be able to take this original equation, we should go 612 divided by 34. Is that equal to 18, question mark? So if it is, if you take 612 and divide it by that, it should be 18. It is, but that's how you have to confirm it, okay? All right, I'm going to make another video for questions 5 through 9, so make sure you watch that for those solutions.